Hello everyone, I'm Sena Orucu.
And I'm Zarina Shevchenko.
Together, we built the Smart Grocery Management System. It is a mobile app that helps users manage their groceries in a smarter, safer way. The app is designed to reduce food waste, improve food safety, and simplify household inventory tracking.
Users can scan grocery items by barcode, track expiration dates, receive alerts, and stay informed about recent food recalls, all in one place. In the next few minutes, we'll show you how the app works, how we built it, and what we learned along the way.
The idea for this app actually came from my own experience. I live with roommates, and we kept running into the same issue, buying duplicates of the same pantry items or finding produce we forgot about that already expired. And we're not alone. In the US, the average household wastes over $1,500 worth of groceries every year. That's a lot of food and money going straight into the trash.
A lot of that waste comes from disorganization, not knowing what you already have, forgetting expiration dates, or buying the same thing twice. Our motivation was to build a tool that could solve the small everyday problems by making grocery tracking easier, smarter, and more reliable.
Now let's walk you through the demo of our Smart Grocery app. We'll start from the welcome screen. From here, the user can either sign up or log in using their email and password. We have implemented Firebase for authentication and added detailed error handling throughout the process. For example, if a user tries to register with an email that's already in use, they'll see a clear error message stating that the email is already in use. And similarly, during login, if the email or password is incorrect, the app provides feedback so the users can quickly fix the issue.
Once logged in, users land on the dashboard. Groceries can be added in two ways. On the bottom navigation bar, there is a plus button. Tapping it gives the user the option to either add items manually or use the barcode scanner. If you choose the manual option, you'll be asked to enter the item name and its quantity. Then you can select the unit and category from a drop-down menu and pick an expiration date using a calendar input. It's straightforward and customizable.
Alternatively, choosing the barcode scanning option opens the camera view. This feature uses the Open Food Facts API to automatically fetch data like product name and brand from the barcode. Once the data is retrieved, the user can still modify the unit, category, and expiration date manually.
All inventory is stored in Firestore. Users can access the inventory list from the bottom top navigation. From there, they can view all added items, update them, or remove them entirely. We made sure editing is quick and intuitive. A user can tap an item to update its quantity, expiration date, or category. Next is our recipe suggestion screen. It pulls recipes from the MealDB API based on what's in your inventory. When a user clicks on a recipe, they are taken to a detailed view that shows the recipe name, ingredients, instructions, and even a YouTube link to watch the cooking process. It's a great way to get inspired in the kitchen while making use of what you already have.
And here is the recall screen, which shows recent food safety alerts using data from the FDA. We fetched the latest 50 food and beverage recall records and list them from newest to oldest. Each entry displays the product information as well as recall details. We also added a pull to refresh feature so users can update the list with most recent alerts whenever they like. Going back to the dashboard, this is the central hub of the app. At a glance, users can see the total number of items in their inventory, a list of items that are expiring within the next 7 days, and the 5 most recently added groceries. We also included bottom tab navigation for quick access to different features. This dashboard gives users a clear and organized overview of their kitchen.
Finally, users can visit their profile where we show their name, email, and we also included an About Us section. This section gives the user a brief overview of the product, explaining its development and how it was designed to help users reduce food waste, manage inventory, and make informed decisions about their groceries.
Our tech stack consists of React Native with Expo for the front end and Firebase for the back end, handling both authentication and real-time inventory data with Firestore. For APIs, we used Open Food Facts for barcode scanning and product data, the MealDB for recipe suggestions, and the FDI APIs for food recall alerts.
This was our first time working with React Native, so it was a great learning experience for us. We managed version control through GitHub and kept our communication using Discord. Also, for design, we used Figma and Canva. I was in charge of inventory management, expiration tracking, and recipe suggestions. Let's start with inventory management. All grocery items are stored in Firebase Firestore, and each entry includes fields like name, quantity, unit, category, expiration date, and the user's unique ID. This ensures that each user has a private, personalized inventory. When adding items manually, the form captures all of this information and sends it to Firestore using a dedicated function. For retrieval, we query the database based on the logged-in user's ID and display their inventory in a clean, categorized list with options to edit or delete items. Next is expiration tracking. Each item's expiration date is compared to the current date, and we calculate how many days are left. Based on that, we apply visual indicators: red for expired, orange for expiring soon, and green for items that are still good. This gives users a quick overview of what needs to be used up soon and helps you reduce food waste. Finally, we have the recipe suggestion feature. We gather a list of ingredients names from the user's inventory and pass it to the MealDB API, which returns matching recipes. The user can tap on any recipes to view the full details, including instructions, ingredients, and even a YouTube link to a cooking video, all within the app.
I was in charge of authentication, barcode scanning, and food recall feature. The barcode scanning uses Expo Camera with the Open Food Facts API to fetch product details automatically. It matches categories and saves everything to Firebase with user-specific data. The system handles camera permissions and prevents duplicate scans for a smooth experience. For authentication, when users sign up, the system collects their name and creates their profile in Firebase. All authentication flows are asynchronized to maintain smooth performance, and I have implemented error handling for various authentication scenarios. The food recalls feature integrates with the FDI's API to fetch and display recent food recall data. It automatically categorizes recalls by severity level and formats dates for better readability. Users can refresh the list with a pull-down gesture to get the latest information, and each recall connects to a model view, and the model view has a detailed information about the affected products.
This is our Firebase console. Here you can see the authentication dashboard displaying user emails, and here is the Firestore database where all inventory data is stored and organized by user.
We faced some real challenges during development. Early on, I accidentally pushed our initial code that included a private API key to the GitHub. GitHub actually flagged it and emailed me about the exposed sensitive data. After doing some research, I decided to delete the commit history to fully remove the key from version control. Then I added the file that included the API key to our gitignore file and pushed the cleaned version to GitHub. It was my first time working with API keys, so it was a bit stressful. For the second challenge, we originally wanted to match barcodes with food recalls, but the data from the FDA wasn't consistent enough, so we decided to keep it simple and just show the latest food recalls in a list instead.
One of the biggest challenges was related to an unexpected SDK update. The Expo Go app on my device was automatically updated to SDK 53, which forced us to upgrade our project as well. This update caused several of our dependencies to break and introduced new compatibility issues across our codebase. We spent hours going through forums and documentation trying to piece together a fix. Eventually, we found that adding a single line to the metro.config.js file resolved the issue, a small change that made a big difference. It was a frustrating experience, especially since it happened right before a progress check-in, but it also pushed us to dig deeper into how Expo handles SDK versions and dependency management.
Throughout this project, every part was a valuable learning experience for me. This was my first time working on a project of this size, managing my own time, handling design, planning, and development from the start. I learned how to integrate third-party APIs, implement authentication systems, and work with camera functionality in mobile apps. The project taught me about state management and handling asynchronous operations in React Native. Additionally, working in a team was incredibly valuable. I'm very thankful for my teammates, Zarina, and for the collaboration we had. It made the process more manageable and enjoyable, and we learned a lot from each other.
This project was a major learning experience for me. I gained a much deeper understanding of real-time data handling with Firebase, especially managing user-specific inventory and syncing updates live in the app. Building features like expiration tracking taught me how to structure Firestore data and handle edge cases like date comparisons and filtering by user. It was also my first time working on a full product from start to finish, which gave me a clear view of how everything connects from planning to development and testing. And finally, I really appreciate the teamwork. We supported each other throughout, and that collaboration made the whole process smoother.
To summarize, we developed a mobile app designed to help users reduce food waste, efficiently track their inventory, and stay informed about food safety. And this is exactly what we set out to achieve, and we're excited about how everything came together as planned. Thank you so much for watching. This marks our final submission for our senior project. We hope you enjoyed the presentation, and we're thrilled to share the results with you.